Listen, I have got some bangers for you today of plays, but before we get into it, cue the music. All right. I'm ready to go. I don't know about you. Jaylen Brown, over 5.5 first quarter points. Now, if you've watched this video before, you know this is a play I love, and we are going to go back to the well on it again. Jaylen Brown has lined your pockets many a time this season. He has a 68% hit rate on this line. He's gone over in 7 of his last 10 games. This line right now is a minus 125 on DK. I expect it to probably bump up to where it's either super juiced or over 6.5 points. Now, Jaylen had 8 against this team both games this season, and Atlanta is allowing the 5th worst DVP for Jaylen Brown, the 5th highest points per game to opposing shooting guards in the league. Give me the over. I don't need much more data. I don't need much more research on first quarter plays. Give me the over for Jaylen Brown in the first quarter at 5.5. Now, before we dive too much into the next play, you know what I'm going to do. Well, maybe you don't. I'm going to ask you to like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Please help me to keep growing. I need you guys. I appreciate you. Hopefully, I can continue to line your pockets. Now, speaking of lining your pockets, we are about wrapping up the NBA season. If you watched my video a couple of days ago, you know I talked about how I'm personally lowering my unit size as we are entering into the crapshoot of the NBA season. Honestly, we're about halfway through it. We're in the thick of things here. It has been kind of ugly for a little while, and it's going to be ugly probably all the way through to playoff start. So I have scaled back my unit size to protect my bankroll. However, on the season for NBA, 117 and 82. That's just shy of about a 60% hit rate. If you can find a lot of people that are plus 60% or 60% hit rate or higher betting on NBA, those are good cappers. Follow those people. Most of them will not have that kind of hit rate. And also, they'll be the ones taking minus 140 bets, minus 150, not getting you much bang for your buck on the return there. However, this line, we were at a 64% hit rate not too long ago. We've dropped a little bit, as I said, with the NBA getting a little sporadic, getting a little crazy. But I am super excited for NBA playoffs and MLB to start up so we can bump those numbers back up. And if you've been watching my videos before, you know the plays that we're going to get into next are... Yes, that's right. These are plays that are up in the air. These are plays I have personally not put any money on yet, but I'm heavily leaning towards doing so. So the first play I want to talk about is Mikal Bridges. And let me go ahead and pull him up over here on PrizePicks. This is going to be fun. Oh, well, that's funny. It says his line's 19.5, but I got it and DK at a 18.5 at a minus 125 to the over. Interesting. PrizePicks doing what PrizePicks tends to do sometimes and not giving us the best value. Now, as I said, Mikal Bridges over 18.5 points is available on PrizePicks right now when I'm making this video at a minus 125 on DraftKings. It is also available at our friends over at Underdog. Yes, Underdog giving us a 18.5 to the over or to the higher as well there. Now, this line, Mikal Bridges is facing the worst, or should I say the best DVP matchup against Toronto in the league. Literally the worst DVP matchup on the season, allowing 24.07 points per game. And over the last 15, they are still the worst, allowing 25.29 per game. This is a line I fully expect him to have no problem going over. He played him twice this season, scored 21 and 22 points. He has a 70% hit rate on this line on the season when playing 30-plus minutes. I don't think Brooklyn blows him out to the point where he doesn't get those minutes. That would be the only concern here. Mikal Bridges should be over or higher than 18.5 points. Now, as you can see on the screen, or maybe you can't because I made it smaller just now, Mikal Bridges, like I said, over higher than 18.5 points is available on Underdog right now as we speak. Now, let me blow this up for you because the next play is on the board. Yes, Vucevic. However, I was looking at his points, and I'm still interested in his points at higher than 17.5. But I think there's another play here that I realized. Now, before I get into the other play here, let me just talk you through this a little bit more. Vucevic at the 17.5 points has a 61% hit rate on the season on this at 19.3 points per game. He has a 68% hit rate in games when they win at averaging 20.1 points per game as well. This is a game I do expect Chicago to win. Also, and maybe the best of all, Washington is dead last DVP versus centers in the league, literally in the league, dead last for points. Now, how are they, or what is the next play, I should say, that I like even more, or what is the pivot here? Well, let me tell you. The points at a over 17.5 or higher than 17.5 if you're playing on Underdog is a fine play. That's a minus 125 on DK right now. However, the double-double is firmly in play here. Now, let me walk you through this a little bit. He has hit the double-double on the season in 40 of 66 games. That's one. Two, you just say, okay, Washington's terrible against opposing centers for points. How are they against rebounding? Well, I'm glad you asked. Over the last 15 games, Washington is the fourth worst defense in the league, allowing 16.42 rebounds per game. Yes, the fourth worst in the league. But, if you're a skeptic person, you might say, well, David, well, how are they on the season though? 15 games, that's nothing. Oh, glad you asked. On the season, dead last, allowing rebounds to opposing centers, allowing 17.97 per game. I think this is a phenomenal matchup. Now, that's the matchup, right? That's the reason I think Vooch exceeds this line anyways. But let's look at the value you're getting. This line right now is a minus 185 on DK as we speak. FanDuel doesn't have the lineup, but I'm sure it's going to be something similar to that. This line here, you're getting this at a minus 125 on Underdog. Phenomenal value Underdog is giving us right now. Listen, guys, I talk to you all the time. It's not just what plays you pick and what entries you have and what props you're betting on. It's where you're putting your money. Look at this value. This is a minus 125 here, a minus 185 on the other books. Play it on Underdog. If you do, use code Hulk. You'll get a 100% deposit match up to $100 if you're a new member. And you will get a promo play that I will put on the board here to use with it. Do the Vooch double-double, do the promo play, and make all the money and put in $50. You'll get $50 for free. Use code Hulk. I'll put the link down below in the description or in the pinned comment section. Now, I'm the worst at this. I always forget to do this. So instead of asking you for a like, a subscription, comment, your support, whatever, I'm going to throw it over to this guy who can ask it a lot better. He's well rehearsed in this. Hey there. You like what you see? Why don't you like the video? Looks like a little bell. Ring that bell. And while you're at it, maybe subscribe to the channel. Those are the plays for today. I love them. I think we found phenomenal value. Now, again, NBA's volatile, so consider lowering your unit. That's what I did personally. You do what you want with your money, but I'm here to support you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comment on the way out, like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.